What's up, Mavletic lovers and listeners, and welcome back to our final episode of Maverick Postgame for this season. We hope some of you got to see some of our athletics this past week. If not, don't worry, because today we got another full show for you today as baseball had split wins in their doubleheader.
And softball is back into a first-place tie in the RMAC.
Plus, men's lacrosse secured the 1 seed with a win.
And women's lacrosse fell to Regis.
All of that and so much more as we move ahead into this recap-packed episode of Maverick Postgame. So with that being said, I'm your host, Grace Metcalf.
And I'm Isaac Klein.
Let's dive into all the game-breaking stats, off-the-wall wins, heartbreaking losses, and in-depth analysis of our CMU athletics. Roll it!
Hello everyone, once again, I'm Isaac Klein.
And I am Grace Metcalf. Let's hop right in and take a look at all the Mavtastic action that took place this week here at CMU. The number 11 Colorado Mesa baseball team split a doubleheader with CU Colorado Springs at Mountain Lion Park. Colorado Mesa broke a 4-4 tie with a 3-run third inning in the opening game to win 8-5, but played from behind the entire way in the final game of the series, losing 8-7. In Game 1, Paul Schoenfeld went 3 for 5 with a home run and drove in 4 runs in the first game of the day and added 2 more RBIs in the second. Back-to-back doubles in the first inning by Ethan Nunez and Christo Stefanos followed Schoenfeld's 1-out bunt single to give CMU a 1-0 run. Jonathan Gonzalez beat out an infield single for another run, and Schoenfeld hit his 3rd home run of the season with 1 out in the second to make it 4-0. After UCCS tied the game in the bottom of the second, Braden Wingate led off the third with a double down the left field line. Declan Weisner was hit by a pitch, and Robert Schrar worked a 1-out walk before a wild pitch scored Wingate for a 5-4 lead. Schoenfeld's 2-run single put the Mavs up 3 runs, and junior left-hander Caleb Rutter battled through 5 innings, allowing 5 runs on 10 hits. He struck out 3 of his second win of the season. Ethan Voss picked up his second save, allowing only 2 hits and striking out 5 over the final 4 innings. The 2 CMU pitchers did not walk a batter. As a team, the Mavericks recorded 15 hits to the Mountain Lions' 12, and also recording only 1 error to their 2. The Mavericks, 29-13 and 19-5 in RMAC, are 5 games up in the loss column on MSU Denver, 16-10, which has 6 conference games remaining, including 2 on Monday against Colorado Christian. CMU has 8 conference games to play, beginning Friday night against New Mexico Highlands in the annual Fireworks Night game at Simplesio Field.
Late inning heroics from multiple directions and 10 RBIs from sophomore Michaela Westmoreland were enough for the Colorado Mesa University Mavericks to sweep a wild Monday Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference softball doubleheader and the 4-game Sunday-Monday series. The Mavericks scored 5 runs in the 7th inning of their 11-6 first game win on Monday, and then came from 13-6 down to win the series finale by a 17-14 score in 8 innings. They scored 4 runs in the 6th inning of that game, 4 more to go ahead in the 7th before tallying 3 in the extra frame. After the Rangers had tied the game at 14 in the bottom of the 7th, the Mavs came from a 3-1 down in the first game, taking a 4-3 lead in the top of the 3rd as Fugate and Dissler hit their back-to-back shots. Westmoreland then added a 2-run shot in the 4th inning to extend the Mavs' lead to 6-3 before the Rangers answered back with 3 runs of their own in the bottom half of the inning. Neither team would cash in on opportunities in the 5th and the 6th before the Mavs scored 5 2-out runs in the 7th. The first 2 came from a Chloe Valdez triple before Ileana Mendoza was hit by a pitch. Westmoreland then brought both Valdez and Mendoza home with a 3-run homer later in the inning, before relief pitcher Hannah Settler closed out the win in the bottom of the 7th. As a team, the Mavericks recorded 12 hits to the Rangers' 8, but in the process also having 4 errors. The Mavericks banged out 26 hits throughout the doubleheader while extending their winning streak to 29 games. They also moved back into a tie for first place in the RMAC standings after fellow co-leader Colorado Christian wrapped up its series at Black Hills State on Sunday.
Colorado Mesa men's lacrosse ended the regular season on a high, scoring from start to finish in a 24-7 win over CSU Pueblo, which secured the #1 seed in the conference tournament for the Mavericks. The number 17 ranked Mavs finished the regular season at 10-4 overall with a 7-1 RMAC record. They will officially be RMAC regular season co-champions with number 15 Westminster, who defeated Adams State Sunday, but CMU outpaces Westminster by 1 goal on the conference head-to-head goal differential tiebreaker, which will enable the Mavs to host next weekend's RMAC tournament for the 2nd consecutive season. JJ Brummett scored 5 times for CMU, while Levi McCoy and Patton Chastain each tallied their first hat tricks of the season with 3 goals apiece. Chastain, a true freshman, recorded the first hat trick of his career and now has scored multiple goals in 3 of the 5 career games he has played. Hunter Holcomb tied a program record with 5 assists in a single game, tied a career high with 6 ground balls, and led the team while setting a new career high with 4 caused turnovers. Eli Bibler paced the Mavericks with 7 ground balls. Colorado Mesa scored at least 5 goals in every period while outshooting CSU Pueblo 62-17. The Mavs snared a 20-13 advantage in faceoffs and went 4 for 6 on extra man opportunities throughout the contest.
Colorado Mesa women's lacrosse was unable to overcome a strong first quarter by the number 7 ranked Regis Rangers, losing 16-7 in the second-to-last RMAC game of the regular season. Justine Anderson and Elizabeth Renkin each scored twice to lead the offensive output for the Mavericks. Shannon Murphy made 7 saves in goal for CMU. The Mavericks, who saw their four-game winning streak snapped, fall to 8-5 overall and 7-2 in the RMAC, with both losses coming to Regis. The Rangers clinched the RMAC regular season title and #1 seed in the conference tournament with the victory. With 1 RMAC game left on CMU's schedule, the Mavericks are 1.5 games back on Regis for first and 2 games up on Westminster for third. So the Mavs are locked into 2nd place in the conference standings and will be the #2 seed in the upcoming RMAC tournament for the 4th consecutive season. The Rangers outshot the Mavericks 28-14 and dominated draw controls with an 18-7 edge. Regis also created free position opportunities, going 2 for 9 on free position shots, while the Mavericks could only manage to go 0 for 1. The Mavericks did force 22 Regis turnovers while committing 23, and both teams scooped 18 ground balls each.
The Colorado Mesa women's golf team has 3 players tied for 5th place on the individual leaderboard to keep the Mavericks in contention at the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference Championships. The Mavericks tied for the low team total of the day with Day 2 leader CSU Pueblo and Colorado Christian as each shot a 19 over 307. They continue to trail the Thunderwolves by 10 strokes, but moved ahead of Regis by 3 strokes and are up 6 strokes on the Cougars. 3 Mavericks are in a large grouping of competitors and a tie for 5th on the individual leaderboard at 6 over 150.
The Colorado Mesa men's golf team has 4 golfers inside the top 6 on the individual leaderboard and are now in contention for the top spot at the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference Championship Tournament. The Mavericks are currently in 2nd place on the team leaderboard after firing a 6 under 282 in round 2 to bring their 2-round total to 20 under 556. Their total has nearly guaranteed them a top 2 finish as they lead a trio of teams tied for 3rd that includes Colorado School of Mines, Fort Lewis, and CSU Pueblo by 16 strokes as they are all at 4 under. Colorado Mesa trails Colorado Christian by 7 strokes now and will play with them for the 3rd straight round.
The Colorado Mesa women's tennis team won 2 of the 3 doubles matches to claim the doubles point, while Delia Meyer picked up a 6-1, 6-2 win at #6 singles. But those results were not enough for the Mavericks, who saw their 2023-24 season come to a close with a 4-2 loss to arch rivals MSU Denver in a consolation duel at the Pacific West Conference Tournament on Thursday evening. The Mavericks fell to 12-16 with the defeat, while MSU Denver ended the season with an 11-12 record and 3 wins over CMU in the month of April. And now that we have recapped some of the games, it's time to announce our Maverick of the Week. Our Maverick of the Week goes to Dylan Checketts. Dylan led a strong Maverick showing from the face-off circle and accumulated double-digit ground balls on the weekend to earn his first RMAC Defensive Player of the Week award of the season. He tallied a game-high 6 ground balls while going 8 for 10 from the X against Adams State before adding 5 ground balls and 9 face-off wins against CSU Pueblo. Congratulations, Dylan, for your outstanding performance. You are Maverick of the Week. And we are now at the end of our show, and it is time for our closing statements. My closing thought is on how this is our last episode of the season. We've had so many incredible wins and some unfortunate losses. It was really a great season by all of our athletics, and it just makes me excited to see what next year has in store.
Yeah, I don't know what else I'll do with my life now that Maverick Postgame is over until the fall. I mean, this has been my favorite show here at CMU-TV. My closing thoughts are on how much I will miss weekly updates on our athletics.
I know, but we'll be back next semester to bring a whole new awesome season, so we have that to look forward to at least. And now that we have wrapped up all the action from this week and given our closing thoughts, it is time to close the show. Thank you everyone so much for joining us this week on Maverick Postgame. I've been your host, Grace Metcalf.
And I've been Isaac Klein.
Be sure to go check out our channel 62.2 for more games and updates. We'll catch you next season on an all-new recap-packed season of Maverick Postgame. Stay safe, Mavs, study hard, go to a game or two, and of course, have yourselves a most amazing day.